Good morning. I am Christopher Tyson. Please stand. Stand.
Forward. March.
Gentlemen, remove your caps for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may now be seated.
Hi everyone, can you all hear me? I'm gonna assume that's a yes. My name is Kritika, and I'm so proud to have served as your student body president for this year. It's kind of weird that I spoke to y'all, well, some of y'all, on the announcements, but now I get to speak to all of you for what is now the first and last time. I'd like to thank everyone for coming, especially since it's so early in the morning. I did not know it was possible for everyone to look this good out what's basically the crack of dawn, but y'all did it. Also, thank God school did not start this early, because I would have so many more tardies. Today, we're here to celebrate something that we've all gained, which I feel is more special considering that the one word I'd used to describe our life since March 13th, fittingly Friday the 13th of 2020, is loss. We've lost lives, opportunities, and motivation, but yet us being here today is proof that our hard work and dedication and refusal to give up has allowed us to overcome anything, and what some might say has led us to get this bread. My one piece of advice to you is to not let anyone to take this day away from you. You have completed 4 years of high school and 12 years of K-12 education to get to this moment. Our class has taken so many paths to get here, and all the challenges we face here have been different. And I know some of us, including myself, at one point did not even think we'd be standing or sitting here today. I want you to take this time to appreciate yourself and all that you specifically have overcome to get here. In case you haven't heard enough, I am so, so, so proud of you. All of our pasts have been unique, and our futures will be too, and that's honestly, in a way, beautiful. I'm so excited to see all the ways that we achieve success. Now, one of the benefits of being a small school is that our graduation ceremony doesn't last for hours, which definitely makes the day much more enjoyable. However, I'm eager to watch you all walk across the stage and appreciate everything that you've done for your school, community, but most importantly, yourself. I'm so privileged that I get to share this moment with y'all. Be sure to take lots of pictures afterwards because once again, you look great and I love all the cap decorations and I want all of us to appreciate this day for years to come. I honestly cannot say this enough, but thank you. Southside High School on 6630 Frontage Road and this class mean more to me than I can even describe. The memories I have here maybe aren't all positive, but certainly all have changed me for what I know is the better. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Southside High School alma mater. You may now be seated.
Good morning. I would like to recognize Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Burke Royster, Greenville County Board school members, Michelle Goodwin-Codwell, Linda Levidius Wells, Board Chair, Roger Meek, Glenda Morrison-Fair, Derek Lewis, Scott Reimer, Assistant Superintendent of High Schools, teachers and staff of Southside High School, parents, and community members. Today, we stand in a space of anxiety, hope, curiosity, worry, excitement, and optimism. All of these feelings are real. We are all standing in a season that is new to us. Graduates, this is your season, and let me tell you why this is your season. You face the global pandemic and social unrest with creativity, grit, and hope. You shifted your focus from the grade to gratefulness. You chose to be grateful that you have grown in grit and knowledge this season. You felt overwhelmed, stressed, anxious, but today is a celebration of all that you've accomplished and learned in this season. My challenge to you in this season as we move forward is to be bold, be confident, and speak to the lives that matter. You are now graduates of this rich and unrivaled institution that we call Southside High School. Thank you for fighting the good fight this season, and congratulations.
All right, hello. First off, I would like to thank all my teachers, classmates, and staff for an incredibly tough and rewarding 4 years. I know that we have all learned so much and have not only grown academically, but as a person as well. I am truly honored to be up here, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for us. Now, whether you're going to college or going into the workforce, I wanted to share something that may be helpful. Now, if you remember back in freshman or sophomore year, not entirely sure when, but we had the few weeks where we took a course during lunch on having a growth mindset. Right? And we all thought it was silly and a waste of time at the time, but I want to sort of say that it does work. And I have a sort of simpler way of putting it, and that is, if you don't believe that you can do something, then why would you bother trying, right? And for me, myself, I've always been quite confident of myself, and that often leads me to make a fool of myself when I'm wrong, but it also does help me get things done and achieve my goals and other times. Now, First off, it doesn't make anything easier. Any of the goals that you want to achieve, they're going to be just as hard as they were before. But this will help you put in your best effort, right? It lets you focus on the problem, the goal, instead of fighting yourself at the same time, and which translates to usually doing something either better or faster. And my best example for this mindset really working is Vex Robotics at our STEAM team. And our Vex Robotics team first started when I joined in 9th grade, and we were pretty mediocre. We had very little experience and just didn't really know what we were doing. And we managed to make it to states in 10th grade, but we didn't really place. And after that tournament, we sort of looked at each other and said, we're going to Worlds next year, right? Just sort of just out of there. And we had no idea how difficult it was going to be and how much work we were going to have to put in, but we sort of just collectively just carried that momentum throughout the year and never let go of that belief. And of course, there were times of doubt, of we just failed, it looked really tough, but it was always, this is going to be really hard instead of we can't do this, right? And throughout the season, we just sort of carried this momentum, and by the end of the season, we managed to win states and qualified for Worlds, which unfortunately was canceled, but we still managed to achieve our goal, right? So this mindset is great, but how do you actually get this belief, right? And I don't have a great explanation for this. It's something that is unique to you on how you find this. But one thing that I feel like is important is how you approach failure, right? You have to understand that failure is part of the process and that it will happen no matter what. If you don't fail and you manage to achieve your goal on the first try, that probably means your goal was not ambitious enough, right? And as long as you keep this in mind, failure just doesn't feel like failure anymore. It's just more feedback for you on how to improve, how to reach this goal of yours. Now, one thing that can help is surrounding yourself with people who support you. Right, Miss Shaun, she is our coach for Vex Robotics, and every step of the way, she was extremely supportive of us. Anytime we needed to fix something or make an improvement, she would always be like, well, how are you going to do this, and what do you need from me, right? In addition, my teammates, David, Leo, and Olivia, we just worked together so well, and when we were down, we would hype each other up, right? And we also played on each other's strengths, which is extremely important in this team activity, right? And finally, you want to pick things that to pursue that you're actually interested in, that you're genuinely interested, because this mindset, you can't really apply it to every single task. You'll burn out otherwise, right? So find a few things and give it your all. Now, essentially, you are smart enough, you are skilled enough to do whatever you want to do. You just need some time and effort to prove it. Thank you.
Good morning, and congratulations to the class of 2021. I'm Molly, and I'm honored to be speaking today. Actually, to be completely honest, when I found out I had to give a speech today, I was incredibly nervous and at a loss for what I should say. I've since realized that my hesitancy wasn't because I didn't have a shortage of things to say about Southside in the class of 2021, but because it seems like an impossible task to encapsulate what these past 4 years have meant to me in a few short minutes. Then I realized that what it really comes down to is you all, my fellow graduating students, and how much we've changed over the past 4 years. I won't claim to know each and every one of you personally, because I don't. And while to many of you it may seem like we're complete strangers, more of you have impacted me than you or even I can possibly know. Maybe we spent a week in homeroom together freshman year. Maybe we passed in the hallways on the way to class each day, or stood next to each other in the lunch line waiting for the cafeteria fries. Or maybe I saw your Google Meet icon every day during virtual classes. Regardless of the magnitude of our meeting, one way or another, our paths have crossed, and you've helped me learn invaluable lessons that will stay with me long after my time as a Tiger. Among these lessons, I've learned to rely on the sense of community at Southside, which was fostered through our common experiences. Although school could be stressful and overwhelming, warm greetings from Mama Tony, lunches in Dr. Corbett's room, and even Miss Ransom's unfailing calls of IDs made Southside what it is. When I think about community at Southside, I'm also immediately reminded of my favorite tradition, International Festival. I can still remember the panic and rush of adrenaline as I walked onto stage with my fellow classmates to perform our sophomore class dance. Though it was a nerve-wracking experience, I learned to trust my classmates and to put myself out there. Mistakes were made, which is to be expected from amateur IB students with absolutely no rhythm. But in the process, I learned that I could depend on my friends, and also that I could be the person for others to depend on. While today is a celebration of us, I also want to acknowledge another important part of the Southside community, the teachers, who are the people that truly run this place. Apart from the painstaking math homework from Dr. Howard and confusing chemistry concepts, I appreciate your genuine concern for us. Some of my best memories at Southside have come from your classrooms. I always loved exchanging ideas about literature and current events in Mrs. Wright's class. In Miss Bogan's class, I looked forward to watching telenovelas and Spanish dramas and hearing her witty remarks when conversing with her students. I looked forward to physics class with Miss Shaun, where I loved collaborating on whiteboards, dancing, and watching Nathan and Darren argue. I even enjoyed huddling around on the couches in Dr. Corbett's class as we tried to retain whatever confusing chemistry lesson we were learning that day. We appreciate everything that all of the teachers have done for us. Without your hard work and dedication, none of us would be here today. The sense of community at Southside proved especially important over the last year and a half. Although this year has been undoubtedly difficult, it provided a rare opportunity for growth. As a virtual student, the monotony of sitting in my room each day and joining Google Meet after Google Meet seemed, at the time, like I was missing what was supposed to be the best year of high school. Reflecting on this experience, however, I realized the immense growth that we've all undergone. This past year, I've shifted my thinking to the future and gained new perspective in seeing the bigger picture. I've learned to prioritize health and safety, spending time with the people I love, and understanding that I have something to contribute to society. In fact, I'm confident that every single member of this graduating class has something to contribute. We entered Southside 4 years ago as nervous, clueless, and annoying freshmen, but we leave adults with bright futures and big plans. Congratulations, class of 2021. I'm proud to be your classmate and so excited for what we'll accomplish.
Good morning. As recognized by the South Carolina Department of Education, a pathway completer is a student who has completed a 3 or 4 unit program of study in one of our career and technical educational career clusters. These students have demonstrated a commitment and perseverance to complete their pathway under very difficult circumstances over the last 2 years. This accomplishment is recognized by a green and yellow completer cord. This year at Southside High, we had 18 pathway career completers. At this time, would all of the Southside career and technical education pathway completers please stand and be recognized? Great job. You may be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the graduation ceremony of Southside High School's class of 2021. At this time, we ask that you refrain from noises or disturbances that would detract from the ceremony. If you have not already done so, please ensure that your cell phones are silenced. Significant disruptions may result in removal from the arena. On a more personal note, my classmates and I have a request for all of you. I think everyone can agree that this has been a uniquely difficult year to graduate in. For some of my classmates here today, this is one of the first times they physically attended an event for school in the last 15 months. Everyone graduating today has had to overcome reduced access to teachers, fewer opportunities to see friends, extracurriculars being restricted or canceled, and the general stress of living through a pandemic and through the heightened division in our country. Making it through high school is never easy, but it's taken an uncommon amount of dedication and endurance to do so this year. I'm extremely proud of everyone who is walking across this stage today, and I know you are too. In light of this, my classmates and I ask, more so than usual, that you give all of us our time and spotlight by not clapping, cheering, or yelling until all the names have been called. By doing this, you acknowledge the perseverance each and every one of the graduates here have shown and the difficulties we have faced, especially this year, by keeping the attention on us rather than on you. We know that you support and love us, and the best way to show this is to remain quiet until everyone has walked across this stage. Thank you in advance for respecting this request, and thank you for all you have done in our lives.
Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the presentation of diplomas. Before we get started, I just want to give our students the chance to applaud the parents who got them all the way here and the teachers that you've met on this journey through Southside High School. Students, please give your parents and teachers a big round of applause. As we get started, students, when it is time for you to receive your diplomas, you will take cues from Dr. Howard and Ms. Ransom about when you need to stand. When you stand up, when you are directed to stand up, you will come to the ramp. At that point, you will have the choice to relax your mask or not. As you proceed to the middle of the stage, you will meet Dr. Dukes with a fist bump, and you will receive your diploma, and you will take your picture. Then as you go down to the end of the ramp, you'll take a second picture, and then you'll return to your row. So you ready to get started? All right. Molly McHenry. Jason Yao. Kritika Ravichandar. Nathan Bickle. Christopher Tyson. Amaya Aduhini. Tyasia Anderson Irby. Jimmy Arenas. Mattia Atkins. Leonardo Bacheski. Alexis Baldwin. Tamaje Beeks. Deshaun Bell. Tennyson Bolden. Jamarcus Boozer. Bernard Breland. Corey Brewster. Bless Bridges. Sean Brody. Bailey Brooks. Jaheim Brown. Cheyenne Buckner. Sloan Bird. Tyree Canada. Sir Randolph Chapman. Natalie Colorado Poveda. Sophia Condor. Brittany Cruel. Giselle Cruz Morales. Darlene Correll Calderion. Kiesia Curry. Artravius Davis. Samuel Dobson. Jaden Dotson. Dracia Earl Morgan. Robert Eaton. India Ellison. Abriana Fields. Keely Forshee. Lorson Francois. Michaela Freeman. Isaiah Friday. Samuel Freed. Sarah Frizzell. Jaquan Fuller. Shamarie Gaines. Arturo Galvin. Jamie Gamble. LaRaven Gash Owens. Jonathan Godinez Hernandez. Bernasia Golden Hill. Jaslyn Golphin. Shatira Graffreed. Nyasia Green. Harley Gresham. Christopher Guerrero Cardenas. Ruby Guevara Guerrero. Marlene Gutierrez. Quindarius Hall. Malachi Harris. Brianna Henry. Danielle Hill. Kevin Hill. Tanasia Hubbard. Kalitri Hunter. Cameron Irving. Byron Jackson. Javanka Johnson. Shaden Johnson. Najla Johnson Ware. David Jones. Jeremiah Jones. Kelijah Jones. Raven Kelly Bowens. Kanaya Kelly Johnson. Anthony Lewis. Tyler Lewis. Jacob Lacona. Esmeralda Lopez Bedoya. Malachi Jacobson. Apoorva Mahendranand. Erica Martin. Chanel Martinez. Shamari McCarroll. Amaya McIntyre. DeAndre Moloch. Andy Monroy Maya. Rubicelia Morga Dorantes. William Mosher. Nas Mosley. Dat Wynn. Darren Nee. Sierra Nichols. Traquan Oliver. Brianna Ortiz. Izelia Ortiz. Brenda Osorio Hernandez. Stephanie Pastor Lozano. Zakiria Patterson. Jasmine Perry. Natalia Pineda Panante. Genesis Pone. Lair Poole. Tyler Red. Destiny Rivera. Jakira Robinson. Jalen Roseman. Micaiah Sales. Dylan Saxton. Anissa Scott. Caleb Scott. Clifton Scott. Samaje Scott. Javion Scott Neely. Franco Serrano Sotelo. Eric Sherman. Kiritan Sherman. Ada Sylvester Rodriguez. Efigenia Sylvester Rodriguez. Tamia Sims Irby. Emily Slay. Jack Sorensen. Jalea Terrence. Princess Thomas. Jordan Thompson. Claudia Torales. Roberto Vasquez Medina. Tamani Walker. Tyrone Walker. Matthew Warren. Jalen Watson. Imani Wharton Spurgeon. Please give a warm round of applause for our class of 2021 graduates.
Let me also offer my congratulations and thanks to Dr. Dukes, the entire Southside High School faculty and staff, to our Board of Trustees who have led us through this most difficult of years, and also Dr. Emerson's thanks to our parents and loved ones here today to share in this moment with our graduates. I wish that I could tell you, the class of 2021, that you will never again see a challenge that you have seen this year. The truth is, you probably will. Maybe not a global pandemic, but you will have your own individual challenges, your own individual struggles. And I hope that you will take from this year the resiliency that it took to overcome those challenges to get to where you are today here at Bon Secours Wellness Arena. If you take that same attitude, that same grit, when you face your next challenge, you will find that you can also get through that challenge and have a wonderful rest of your life. To the class of 2021, please rise. I designate that the students presented today have completed all of the necessary requirements established by the Board of Education to be considered graduates of Greenville County Schools. By the power and responsibility given to me by the Superintendent of Greenville County Schools and our Board of Trustees, I now confirm the diplomas presented today. Students, at this time, please turn your tassels from right to left. Congratulations to the class of 2021 Southside High School.
All right. At this time, we will get ready to dismiss. As we stated earlier, you will be able to leave following either Dr. Howard or Ms. Ransom's direction for you to exit using the aisles. Stop in the loading dock for your diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the class of 2021.